I'm doing another Nasoya tofu recipe tonight. This one is stuffed Manicotti Florentine. And one thing I wanted to show you is this calls for 2 boxes of frozen spinach, and I had mentioned before about my nice tofu press. So I wanted to show you. I've had to use 2 boxes, so I've done these separately. But look at how that squinches the spinach down. No wonder you need 2 boxes, because there's not much left after you squeeze all the water out. I've already dumped the water, but there was probably water up to about there. So that's what I mean about this, really getting all the water out of spinach. It's been awesome. So I've now pressed my 2 boxes of spinach. So I'm going to stick this in the bowl right here with my other box of spinach that's been pressed, and put the tofu in there and press that for like an hour before I start putting together the recipe. I'll be back. Okay, we're going to continue with our stuffed manicotti. Here's my tofu before I dump the water out. You can see how much is in there. I'm going to go dump the water out of it. And this gets mashed up. Now it's supposed to be, the recipe calls for soft tofu, but I live in rural Maine and my grocery store didn't have the soft, so I did use firm. It's the only softest one I could find, and I'm hoping I can get it mashed up. Oh yeah, it mashes, not a problem. So we're going to mash up the tofu, add my spinach, and a little bit of seasoning to it. We're waiting for the water to boil so I can cook up the manicotti. It is right here. I've never stuffed manicotti before, so that's going to be a little interesting. We'll see how that goes. My tofu is mashed. It's all nice and crumbled, and I think because it gets so dry in that press, it mashes up really nice. So before I put in the spinach, I am going to add my spices. Oh, this takes a tablespoon of parsley, give or take, a little more, never hurt. So there's that, and some salt, and some pepper. I'm going to mix that up. The manicotti is cooking over there. Oh, it's going to be ready for the oven pretty quickly. Okay. Spinach is going in. I'm not a big fan of cooked spinach. I like it raw, but this is one way that I can tolerate cooked spinach, is when it's mixed with something. This is pressed so hard, it's going to be hard to break it apart. Okay, got my manicotti cooked. Got the tofu and spinach all mixed up, and some spices. Got the pan ready to put it in, a little tomato sauce. So now I just got to figure out how to get that into those. Not going to be easy, I can tell. Using a nice teaspoon because it's a little bit smaller. This could take a while. Okay. Although we just might get the hang of it. Put a little more on that end. There we go. That's good. Okay. I don't think you need to watch me stuff all of these. I think we're going to get it down. And once these get stuffed, then really we just pour the rest of the sauce over the top of them. Well, but too big a oh no, I split it. A little too big a chunk of spinach there. So we put the rest of the sauce over them and just bake them in the oven for about 35 minutes. So then they're done. Okay, here we go. They are ready to go into the oven. Sprinkle some Parmesan Romano cheese on top. And you can cover it with foil and bake it for 35 minutes. And then we're ready to eat. Yum yum!